looks like we're fired up. We're ready to roll. Tyler's got a Lucas, so we know that Tyler's gonna be.
Oh no, dude, this is a pelon.
Is that not made by the manufacturers of Lucas or no?
It very much could be, but I have no idea.
It's the Mexican candy. He's eating the Mexican candy where it comes in a syringe.
Yeah.
And it just squeezes out. Fucking.
You eat it in your ass cheek.
It's-
That's where you take it.
It's one of the least hygienic like eating because
No, the chili powder sanitizes it. That's what happens.
the extreme heat. Yeah.
You ever gotten going down to Mexico because you didn't have insurance to get the booster? And what they'll do is they'll put some chili powder on your arm.
They just go.
And then
They put some chili powder on, and they go in the name of the Father, and then they just go, have a good one. That's it. There's no booster.
Instead of a Band-Aid, they pour tequila on you, and then they light it and cauterize the hole.
I've never been to Mexico before. Ever.
Oh.
I just got my passport. Well, listen, my last international traveling experience prior to when I went to Canada earlier this year was going to Palestine when I was younger. And the last time I went to Palestine, I sort of knew it was going to be the last time I was going to go for a long time. And I just never wanted to ever leave America ever again.
Yeah, a little PTSD.
A little PTSD. So
Palestine stress trauma disorder.
a good friend of mine was inviting me to go down to Mexico with him, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, man, we can stay, we can go hang out with my cousin. He's in the cartel, but
That's good, right?
oh, it's great. I think.
It makes you safe.
I think it makes you safe.
Yeah.
It either makes you really safe or really not. If it's the wrong day,
Right.
time, if there's a coup.
Was he in CNG or NJ?
I asked. There are certain things there's pieces of information I get sometimes where I go, I just don't want to know anything else because
Right.
it just doesn't help me. It's
How do you
not
say
like
cousin in Spanish?
me.
Is it hermano?
Or no, hermano's brother. Get the fuck
Jesus
out of here.
Christ.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
no, I know this. Give me a
Mi hermano.
It's to be fair to Tyler, he is eating lead right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's eating candy that
Yeah.
in America they're not allowed to sell anymore. Bro, I can't. I would pound Lucas's.
It's something with EO at the end. I almost got it.
I would be sitting there pounding the fuck out of Lucas's all day long when I was younger, and I can't. Like I found out, way after I've eaten at least 100 of those things, that it was like, yeah, they stopped selling them in America. Too much lead.
Right.
Who
It's
I could have been a
asbestos
doctor.
flavored.
Yeah, and in my defense, I was eating copper flavored, so I couldn't tell that there was lead in there. I thought it was just flavored like a pipe.
Copper flavored.
It's like artificial imitation crab meat, whatever,
Yeah.
imitation copper made out of lead.
Do you know what? I just found out what artificial crab is. It's just a bunch of like shitty fish that they just
Smashed
they just
Yeah.
press
together.
it together.
Yeah.
It's really fucking, really fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, they take a bunch of fish and they use that thing that they crush cars with. And they just push it together. It's all
It's the
block.
same machine too.
Yeah.
Also, how did they get away with not having to list all the
Yeah.
different fish that are in there?
It's a bit weird. It is a bit weird.
Because even dog food, when I buy dog food for Joni, they're like, all right, it's got duck asshole. It's got goat pussy lips.
Yeah.
It's got the cheeks of that one rhino we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, I would eat. To be honest with you, goat pussy, goat pussy lips, just sounds kind of good.
They say it's the closest. The closest.
I imagine. Listen, a ton of nutrients. Whatever
Oh,
you say, what
absolutely.
you will about the flavor or the humanity of it, but probably nothing but nutrients in goat pussy.
Deep fried goat pussy.
Yeah, dude. They'd have to call it something else for sure. They wouldn't call it goat pussy lips. They'd call it like
they would call it, like burrito.
yeah.
That's what burrito is.
Burrito is what is burrito again? Is stomach lining or
No, it's goat meat.
Yeah.
But they're not telling you where from the goat it comes.
We would do a lot. I mean, listen, I'm of course passing no judgment. Arabs are and Middle Eastern people. We at the end of Ramadan. By the way, Ramadan Mubarak to you.
Yeah.
Ramadan Mubarak to you. For the month of
Joni, come here. Come here, Joni.
Hey, Jonah, your dog is getting confused at all the kissing noises.
She ran from me.
We just creep. I've never creeped out a dog before. Understand how creepy those kissing noises are?
Yeah.
A dog. A
She
dog is
ran.
like, yo, whatever that's going. I don't even know.
To be fair, if you drop a pen cap, Joni will run and hide in the closet.
She is.
She's
Listen,
skittish.
She's not. She's not about a brave life. Although She's a pretty tough dog. I mean, she's regularly like taking down a tennis ball that's at least the size of Tyler. At least the size of
100%,
Tyler.
yeah.
Shaking it around.
Oh, she's a size queen. She doesn't like small balls. Seriously, she won't. She can't be bothered with a small ball. She needs a giant ball.
When I had her, I watched her. I don't even know if we talked about it on the show, but I watched her for a weekend or whatever when you guys were out of town. Boy, we'd hit the dog park together and we'd just steal other people's toys and just roll back.
Yeah, dude, we have so many toys. We're like, where the fuck did you get this rope?
Yeah, we were just stealing. Me and Joni knew what we were doing. We were like, I was like, you like that? All right, cool.
Yeah, she brings it in the car. Like we leave for the dog park, she'll run back in, grab a toy, and then run back into the car. Yeah,
you guys
she's
pull a little
complete
heist
thief.
move.
Yeah, of course.
Put a little dog ski cap on her head.
Yeah. I'm a wheelman, dude. I just sit there with the engine on.
Man, that was a fun time. That was I almost got into the idea of possibly getting a dog at that moment. Mm-hmm. But it's just too much. It's just too much responsibility for me. I think it wouldn't be fair to the dog.
Right. I love it. I took her on a hike today, dude. We went on a hike in Pasadena, a new place I'd never been to before, near the Rose Bowl. And I turned the corner, and there was like I think Japanese guy fully squatting right off the trail. And for a second, I swore he was shitting. Mm-hmm. And he just goes, no. He just says no because he didn't speak English very well and just laughs. And I was like, is he straight up shitting? But it was even weirder.
Was he smoking?
No, he was
just in a squat position.
He was just squatting off the trail.
Yo,
you know how terrifying that is to turn a corner and there's just a guy crouched down?
I grew up with a lot. I know. I would think there was an ambush or something coming out.
Shitting was best case scenario for my imagination.
I grew up with a lot of Korean guys, a lot of squat smokers. And if you ever smoke and squat, fucking one of the most comfortable things you could do.
But doesn't tobacco make you shit quicker?
Maybe that's why. They say like shitting, you're supposed to actually be squatting. That's how
I have a
humans
squatty
do it.
potty.
I think that's probably how you're supposed to smoke too.
Yeah.
Humans were meant to smoke in a squatting position. Ooh, a new product by the Worst Hour podcast. Eventually coming to be rebranded to a different name.
I'm trying to get a rhyme. Crouch pouch?
Crouch pouch. I love it.
Pouch of tobacco?
Pouch of tobacco. Fuck it. No smoking. It's a pouch of tobacco, but it's meant to be taken while you're in a squat position.
Yeah, crouch pouch.
And we started. Yeah, I like where that's at. Tyler, jot it down for our $1 million idea folder.
Yeah.
But I was talking about Ramadan a second ago. Boom, dude. A guy gets off of cannabis for a couple days, the memory is fucking locked, dude.
Oh, you're gonna see. I put a video in here that's gonna let you know what Ramadan, if you've successfully completed, is gonna do for your memory.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I've literally, it's insane to me how much better my brain functions when I don't smoke pot and how regularly I smoke pot. Like having that knowledge and then continuously not.
But it's like a double-sided blade there, where like. Your brain functions, so yes, you remember things, but then you remember things.
That's actually a really good point.
So there's a problem there.
It's everything is double-sided, right? Especially with pot, because here's the thing, right? Pot doesn't kill you, but then also pot doesn't kill you. So it's like that's double-sided.
Doesn't make you stronger.
Doesn't make you stronger. It just sort of keeps you around. And to me, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, if I need a drug that's going to kill me, if I'm dropping $100 a week on something, it better fucking kill me by the time I'm 50. I can't,
agree 100%. Yeah, I remember one time, I think I've told this in podcast before years ago, but my friend was wasted, and we were all wasted in Chattanooga, but he was handing out melatonin to everybody because melatonin's supposed to offset the hangover.
Okay.
Because it helps you sleep through the hangover. Keeps you asleep because you wake up
and then drinker's dawn or whatever they call that. Yeah.
My friend Ashley, he was like, "What is this?" And my other friend was like, "This is melatonin. It's supposed to offset the hangover." He goes, "I spent $89 at the bar. I'm not trying to fucking offset anything. I want to feel every second of this." I relate to that.
The tragedy of Ashley is he's probably dead now or like a hobo somewhere. Like
he's actually a owner of a chain of restaurants.
Really?
He's doing great.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how easy it is to own a business and how impossible it is for me to do it. Everybody I know who was a major fuck up
I know, right?
seems to be a small business owner right now, which, who wants to own a small business? That's kind of a loser thing, to be honest with you. It's like, okay.
I'm starting a big business.
Yeah,
That's why I'm Bryan Big Business Vokey.
We're not wasting our time. We're starting immediately. If I can't open 1,000 locations immediately, it's a waste of my time.
We want to be multinational. That's why we like podcasting, because we've touched every continent except Antarctica.
Well, yeah, and honestly, to be honest with you, I'm trying to stay out of Antarctica. There's not a lot of money there. I've done some of the research on the demographics.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot of shells and currencies of the sort. Shrimp. It's not anything I'm interested in. Shrimp tails.
Yeah, you imagine doing a show to a bunch of penguins. Get the fuck out of here.
No. Yeah, absolutely not.
Or
Or
check the Bluetooth real quick.
or even like a polar bear. Ugh, polar bears are.
I hate. I'm so sick of having the polar bear shoved up my ass since because I'm the global warming age. Like I came of age when that became a panic.
Yeah.
So that's been like the shadow of my whole life is the fucking polar bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't come up with any other reason to stop global warming. The polar bear was your best pitch.
I might be wrong about this, and I'd
They
like
look
to.
they're wearing bell bottoms. I fucking hate them.
I agree. I
Yeah.
might be wrong about this. You ever see? There's like videos of like emaciated polar bears where they really look like they're wearing bell
They
bottoms.
look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
They look like when you see somebody like Jared Fogle when he lost weight, he kind of just sort of have that shape still. They look like Biggest Losers competitors. But I think polar bears might possibly like attack more humans than any other animal. Like they're like a really vicious animal.
Yeah, them and I believe hippopotamuses.
Yeah, hippos that's the kind of, that's the well-known one. A hippo to me is I kind of can respect the hippo because it's like something about it feels like when I see a hippo, I'm like, that thing is going to attack me. But a polar bear looks so friendly and we spent so much time like drinking Coca-Cola. It's like it makes me more angry that it would attack me.
A hippo's a mammal?
Hippos are mammals. Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
it
got
doesn't
hairy-
look. It doesn't look like a mammal.
Yeah, but they got hair. They got those weird. They got that weird head of hair. Stupid head of hair.
Yeah, that like really thin.
Yeah.
Comb over.
It looks like early hair transplant technology was tried out on
Just
hippos.
sparsely placed, fucking thick strands of hair.
Yeah. Speaking of the Ramadan thing, I was going to tell you, we eat a lot of weird shit during Ramadan or at the end of Ramadan. Sheep hearts and cow tongue is normal to your culture. Do you guys eat cow tongues as Americans?
You know what's funny? One time my dad was eating at a taqueria with his friend Terry, both white guys in the 60s. And Terry goes, "Ooh, lengua, I love tongue." And my dad goes, "You do not like tongue." And and the guy's like, the waiter comes over
at somebody?
the waiter comes over to order, and Terry's about to get something else. He goes, "No, he's having a tongue torta," and he makes him eat tongue. He goes, "You want to bullshit me and tell me you love tongue? Eat tongue right in front of me right now."
Tongue is so fucking delicious. It's all chewy.
I went to
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I went to like a rich white middle school for like a year, and they did like a Fear Factor event, and I entered in because I'm like I want attention.
They just made you eat what your grandmother made on
they
Sundays.
at one point they served cow tongue. I'm like, I eat this.
Yeah,
I've had this. And there was people like almost throwing up.
What a hilarious thing.
The part that I lost on was when they put blue cheese on a Twinkie, and I'm like, blue cheese makes me want to barf.
Blue cheese is on a Twinkie is kind of rough, but it's so funny for them to be like, and for your next challenge, noodles. You're like, all right.
Cut to like a Vietnamese dude, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, Ramadan, I'm so excited for Ramadan. The holidays are upon us.
Oh yeah, hit play for a sound check. Mufti Mank is gonna light this candle for you right now, dude. Are you ready?
We're not gonna do any decorating, anything like that.
Yeah, we'll decorate.
No Ramadan bushes.
What I like to do, because it's Ramadan, it's tomorrow.
Well, it's actually not. It's actually Saturday or Sunday. Those awful Shiites are starting tomorrow. God, what a bunch of idiots.
I apologize. I might be subscribing to some Shiite.
You're subscribing to some Shiites because everybody knows. First of all, whatever the Shiites are doing, it's always wrong. So just know that. Just know that.
Yeah.
But every year, the Shiites and the Sunnis never agree on when Ramadan starts. It's about spotting the moon at the right phase of the cycle.
How are they seeing different moons?
Well, it's really more about like, what are the Saudis saying? Are the Saudis saying it's Sunday?
And what are the Iranians saying?
And so the Iranians are going, well, we're saying it's Saturday then. Because we can't both agree. If we both agree, then this whole sectarian violence has been in vain.
It's going to expose how we're the exact same fucking thing. No offense.
Yeah, and we're not.
Yeah.
Obviously, of course, everybody knows the major difference. Muhammad was the real prophet.
All right, will you full screen this? This is real quick. This is our old homie Mufti Mank, and he's gonna start Ramadan off for us. This is a quick video.
He's the New Zealand imam. Is that what he does? He's from New Zealand
I think he was
or
from Africa.
South Africa?
Yeah, he was from Africa.
Or Zimbabwe?
Check this motherfucker out.
All right,
Guys, let's start Ramadan with a bang.
Perfect score. This is almost over.
He just okay. Just as to the audio listener, he walked into an arcade and socked. He punched one of those machines that are like, what is that? Just
They
judges
measure
your
how
strength?
hard you punch.
Yeah.
And he got the highest possible score, and it went to 999.
Brother, this is why I tell people Islam will give you the strength to do that. I like what the Mufti's putting down right there,
And that
man.
song, is that an actual song? That Ramadan.
You know,
I've been singing it all day.
I've been wrapped up in halal YouTube for a couple days
yeah.
because it's just halal YouTube fucking rocks
Is that
hard.
the name of the website?
No, it's just you know how there's Black Twitter?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
halal YouTube.
Okay, sure.
Sort of a thing I've coined, but so when you eventually look it up on Urban Dictionary, it'll cite me as the guy who started it. Started on the podcast.
Ramsey, Ramzi.
Yeah, Ramzi on the Worst Hour podcast, now officially titled whatever it's called. Yeah, there's a lot of songs that are just like it's just saying Allahu Akbar a lot, but with
With different melodies.
different melodies and by the way, way more views than anything you could ever imagine. Like honestly, I saw a video where they were just saying Allahu Akbar that had way more views than the Will Smith get punching of Chris Rock. And that was the most popular video I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think
100%.
I've ever seen a video or a moment that was shared more than Chris Rock getting punched or slapped. Or
Yeah.
do we have a different? He got slapped or did he get punched?
He got slapped. It was open hand.
Just a dual style.
Right, but it was very like, is demonstrative the right word? Like it was very more expressive than powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of power coming from that back leg. You know, so I saw the form was there.
Well, no, he kind of you got with the back leg. You want to put out the cigarette. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
He was kind of running man.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll get into it. We'll get into it shortly, but happy Ramadan to everybody listening. As if you're a listener to this podcast, I'd like it, and I'm not asking. I don't want to go too crazy with a favor here. I don't ask you guys for much, but I'd like you guys to fast during the entire month of Ramadan. I think it's the least you could do for this show.
100%.
If you're not a Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon, you can eat all you want.
What's that the Catholics used to do where you could pay the church and then
Penance or whatever. Yeah, you like, I forget what the word was. They banned it a long
they banned it in like
ago.
the 1400s.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
you could pay us $100 and
I know
basically
they banned it when, I think when Martin Luther made the Protestant split where he nailed his 99 grievances with the Catholic Church.
two major like religious figures, both named Martin Luther. I don't,
Yeah, right. It's tough.
Why not call the other guy Martin King? Why not Martin King?
MLK, call him MK.
Call him MK. Oh,
MK
that was
Ultra.
MK Ultra. Then
Yeah.
Now we're confused.
That'd be a sick name for him though.
Yeah.
MLK Ultra.
Yeah, oh, the good kind. Yeah, you
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to MK Ultra, the one you want.
Yeah, this is the kind of brainwashing where you come out a better person at the end instead of shooting Robert Kennedy.
God, what were they called? Condolences or something like that, or you would used to. Whatever it is, you do that on our. If you're in our Patreon, you're absolved from all the.
You would go see a priest and you'd be like, all right, I whacked off thinking about my sister and I stuck my thumb up the cow's ass, and he'd be like,
The priest would adjust the green visor and go. He'd start hitting his calculator.
Receipt paper would be flying. You go, it's $72.
I'm sorry. Did you say you backhand or forward hand?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
backhand. And you said it was your sister or your mother? Your sister?
Oh, you're lucky. We're having a sister sale. So this week, 20% off all penances for slapping your sister. So
It pays you 125. You go, I don't really have change for that right now. I mean, the Lord doesn't have change for that right now. You got even 150. I'll tell you what. I'll hang on to the 150 right now. We'll just put this 25 credit to your future sin.
you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll just put butter on your communion. How's that instead?
Done deal.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So it's called indulgence.
Indulgence. There we go. I knew it was a word.
Yeah. I would prefer that system still because now you get assigned like 20 Hail Marys.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's
you
a
gotta-
lot
you
of
gotta
work.
Go through the rosary beads and say all the prayers. I mean, if I could just give you $25,
Yeah,
that'd be a lot easier.
25. We'll call it a day. I assume I could write it off on my taxes.
100%.
Giving it to a nonprofit. I mean,
Yeah. You start sinning. It turns out if you sin enough, you get a refund in your taxes.
You start sinning. You go, listen, I'm telling you right now, if you fuck this hooker, it'll be great for your tax return.
Gonna push you up into a refund area.
You don't want to be. You made a little too much money. It's just the purge for rich guys between April 10th and April 5th as they're trying to rack up as much shit as possible. So for the rest of Ramadan, everybody, if you're listening to the show and you're not a subscriber to the Patreon, I think it's only fair that you fast from drinking and eating from sunrise to sunset.
And I included a video on the benefits of fasting during Ramadan because I think it's kind of interesting how a lot of people just focus on the spiritual benefits.
Yeah.
But it turns out that this fasting can really turn you into a physical beast.
Give you a good V, like one of those.
One of the first things you see in this is a V.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Check it out how good you're going to look by the end of the month.
I'm looking. I'm listening. I'm interested. I'm open to it. As long as...
This really sells Ramadan.
Just FYI, warning, this video contains some images of food.
Pause it. It said, FYI, this video contains images of food and drink, which some may find offensive while fasting.
That was from the Surgeon General of ISIS. He's really more of a general than he is a surgeon, to be fair to him. But he warned you. There was literally a warning there.
There's a trigger warning for food and beverage.
Bro, when I used to fast hard, I would be, because we didn't have cable, so I couldn't even watch the Food Network, but I would be just fucking binge watching Supermarket Sweep. Remember Supermarket Sweep?
Yeah, of course.
Now, of course, by the way, Supermarket Sweep would be insane.
You have 4 bananas? Well, that's $100,000.
You have a wheelbarrow for the groceries and a wheelbarrow for the cash that you're going to need. What are you going to get this range of jokes? Inflation to Ramadan. We got it all here, folks.
We got it all, baby. All right, so let's check out the benefits that you will be experiencing for fasting.
Aside from spiritual.
Aside from spiritual.
All right. Okay, what happens to your body when you fast? Great music.
During the month of Ramadan, Muslims fast from sunrise till sunset every day.
There's a beautiful sunset on the screen.
The Ramadan fast can be a natural.
Look at that body.
Hit pause really quickly.
Yes.
I like these videos. Here's what I think is really, these videos, I like when they play the music in the background that makes you feel like you died.
Yes.
Like, it makes me feel so complete on the inside to hear that. But what we're looking at is an exoskeleton that's fucking ripped. I just want to let our listeners know, I'm breaking down this video because overwhelming majority of our listeners don't subscribe to the YouTube channel because they're idiots. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's like you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's annoying, actually.
It's one of the stupidest things you could be doing with your time is not subscribing to the YouTube channel.
We prefer the visual experience, you know what I mean? But also what I like about this move is that what they're showing is almost like the bodies exhibit type muscular frame of a body, which is also kind of a burqa.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because you're not seeing the skin. So you don't know if that's a man or a woman. So, like, you know what I mean? So
Did we talk about on the show how they found out that the bodies exhibit was just all like Chinese prisoners?
Yes.
What? No.
No.
Yeah. It was like political prisoners. This may have been pre-Tyler or
In between.
during the great labor shortage of 2020.
The great resignation of podcast producers.
When that email leaked where I was saying
that we can, because there's such a need for employees we can undercut.
we get undercut. Did you
Yeah.
see that story, by the way, Tyler?
No.
It's like a thing going around
I'm
right now.
surprised you haven't told me
It's-
about it.
Yeah, it seems like something
Right up your alley.
What is it?
Some guy who owns an Applebee's sent this like.
Several franchises.
This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say just fucking the dumbest. I caught myself because we're in the first 15 minutes. I don't care. Let me tell everybody right now. I don't care about your PC culture, but I'm worried about the YouTube algorithm, which only like the YouTube algorithm and all the algorithms are hilarious because it either rises you up to the top. It's like it works for two people. It works for the hyper woke left and Nazis.
Right.
So if you're one of those two, the algorithm is great. Ooh, so frustrating.
Right, but this guy owned about, and we'll get back to this video, but this guy owned about 5 or 6 Applebee franchises.
Yeah, this dude ruled.
He's a badass. He sent out a letter to, I believe, the GMs of his franchises.
I kind of think it may have been a chain email.
Or a Facebook post.
It was
I don't know.
You know what? Oh, God damn it. I kind of want to pull it up just because it's worth checking out.
Yeah, pull it up.
Just
Tyler.
go Applebee's. Just Google Applebee's labor shortage. Just Google those 3 words and it should pop up.
Look it up, Tyler, and promise me no honest emotional takes on what this guy says.
Yeah, I don't want to hear a question.
It's gonna trigger me.
Yeah, it's gonna trigger you with that question.
Oh, this is straight up whatever podcaster guy you like.
This is gonna be.
I'm sure Hassan covered this.
Tyler's gonna read this and be like, Ramsey, can you honestly tell me why do libertarians?
Yeah,
think
I know.
like this?
Why would? What is a libertarian's plan for health insurance?
Our plan is to open more Applebee's, bitch, and kill everybody. That's what our plan is.
Did you find the letter?
But this guy wrote what appears to be like it could have been a Facebook post. It wasn't like a well thought out, coherent thing.
It seemed like it was a pep talk to his GMs. That's what I'm guessing.
And essentially, once you pull up the email, I want you to read it in case anybody missed this bad boy.
Is it referencing gas prices?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Got it.
Okay. Can you read the email? Well, yeah, you can put it up on the screen, but I want you to read the email in case people missed this because this guy fucking rules.
I was gonna cry.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Most of our employee base and potential employee base live paycheck to paycheck.
No shit.
Yeah.
As they should.
You mean you're telling me the guys who live in Applebee's don't have a healthy savings? The hostess at Applebee's isn't living off of her 401k from her previous job? Is that what you're
This is
telling me?
more of a passion side project for me. I just love appetizers.
I'm a hostess at this Applebee's, but I actually own another Applebee's.
Yeah. It's kind of an undercover boss situation.
All right, go ahead.
Any increase in gas prices cuts into their disposable income. As inflation continues to climb and gas prices continue to go up, that means more hours employees will need to work to maintain their current level of living.
This
The quote ends right there. Wait, it continues. Okay.
Yeah.
He added an email that locations were no longer competing with the government when it comes to hiring. Stimulus money is no more. This benefits us as prices rise. People who we're relying on unemployment money simply will have less money to spend.
Oh wait, I thought this was gonna be really sad violin music, but it's just called black violin music, so it's gonna be super good probably.
It will force people back into the workforce.
Yes. Keep going.
So his thing is that, anyways,
It goes on and on.
It goes on. This was an email that was sent out to people. I wouldn't even.
This guy's so stoked.
He talks about how because everybody needs a second job because of inflation, they can lower their hourly rate.
So the workers already have no power in bargaining.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he's saying now they have even less.
Less power in bargaining.
Yeah, so let's lower our hourly rate. Yes, we can.
Wow.
This is great, basically, is what he said. I wouldn't even say this to a therapist who's complied by HIPAA to not say anything. He's compelled.
He sent a mass email?
He sent a mass email. He hit send all. CC entire staff.
He's just grinning as he's typing this.
And as far as I can tell, nothing happened. So whatever.
He got his entire staff quit, I believe is what happened.
Oh.
So he ended up. But hey, there's no no boards, no government body stepped in to be like, we're going to invest. I guess there's no crime committed, but it is a hilarious thing to put in an email.
Well, it's funny if his whole staff quit and he's like, well, now we can lower everybody's rate. Because the people we had who are already here making $16, $17 an hour, they're gone.
Yeah.
And we'll bring in a whole new first-year employee and we'll start him at 13.
This is why if I was him, what I would do is I would be like, fine, I don't need any of you. I'll take all your jobs. And I would pay myself all of their wages to do all of their jobs.
Yeah.
Put on a hat, like that guy in I Love Lucy. Put on the hat and like run over really quickly to be the waiter and then run over really quickly to be the bartender. This could be the biggest thing that ever happened to this guy.
Oh, he's probably killing it right now.
So he was put on leave.
Oh, I didn't know there was any accountability.
There is accountability. You can own a franchise, but part of a franchise agreement is that you are responsible. You are beholden to the actual corporation.
Yeah, because I know Chick-fil-A is like the gold standard for that. Like, it's like, because Chick-fil-A is the only like guaranteed successful business you can start. Like every Chick-fil-A is in profits in a year, but they have insane Christian standards.
Yeah, that's why
for becoming a Chick-fil-A
I've
owner.
never been to a Chick-fil-A that didn't seem like when you drive through a Chick-fil-A, it just feels like there's somebody holding a gun to the employee being like, just act normal.
Yeah.
And they're like super smiley. Like,
They have to say my pleasure when you say thanks.
Yeah, it's a big-
Sometimes I'll throw 4 or 5 thanks into an order.
just to get them.
Can I get a Pepsi? Thanks. Can I get a chicken sandwich? Thanks. They're like, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Wow.
My pleasure.
What a horrible person you are, Bryan.
Yeah.
You're on par with this district manager.
I'm on par with a man who owned 5 Applebee franchises. I'll take that as a compliment.
Honestly, it is.
Do you guys think Chick-fil-A's ad campaign is creepy?
The one where the cows are begging for life?
Yeah, where they're begging for mercy.
To be honest with you, I kind of think those cows are stupid because it's like, if you guys figured out how marketing campaigns work and you guys got on billboards, like, just fucking leave the ranch then, dog. Or like, just get out of here.
Yeah,
I know.
they should
Yeah,
escape.
just run.
Start a YouTube channel. If you can talk, just get on fucking TV. What are you wasting your time trying to save the rest of the species?
I always, because I grew up, part of my life in Atlanta where Chick-fil-A is from. So there's Chick-fil-A, like, advertising. That's like their Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, you know how there's billboards for shows all over LA. There's just Chick-fil-A, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A in Atlanta. And I always thought, like, what a waste of money. I'm going there anyway.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You don't have too many choices. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's the best.
Yeah, it is
There's
really good.
nothing close to it.
I do feel like, am I wrong that Chick-fil-A has, and maybe this is true about all fast food lately, has all fast food lately taken a huge hit? Have you noticed that everything kind of tastes a little bit worse? Am I the only? Is this my imagination?
I haven't had fast food recently until a couple nights ago. I was doing stand up in a town where everything closes.
Yeah,
and so
Los Angeles.
I had to go to Carl's Jr.
Hey,
I had to go to Carl's Jr. and I got a chicken sandwich. And I bit into that chicken sandwich, and I felt like I had bitten into like a shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't resemble any kind of meat I've ever tasted before, but I also have never really had Carl's Jr.
Tyler, I saw you eating like a fish, like just a fish head and tail before we got in today. You tell me. I know you've eaten fast food recently. Have you noticed a diminished quality?
I'm starting to eat fast food again because they have Beyond Meat now.
Oh, that's right, because you don't eat meat. You don't. Yeah. Beyond Meat, to me, feels worse than meat. It really does.
Yes.
I love it.
You like it?
It tastes delicious. Yeah.
It tastes fine. It doesn't. But to me, I'm like, you just press together a bunch of like weird protein isolates and.
I don't really know what it is. Is it like Petri dish meat?
It is no. It's
I think Impossible is like Petri dish meat.
It's no. That Petri dish meat is not. It's just not generally available to people yet. It still costs like $32,000 for a burger.
Right.
It'll eventually get there. I mean, but right now, I think all that stuff is pea protein.
Okay.
It's all fucking. I didn't even know pea had protein. Now we're making burgers out. It's too processed for me to feel okay about eating. That's my issue with it.
I don't want, if I'm going to wait in line, I want meat. I'm not going to wait for a shitty version of something.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
know what I mean?
Tyler, what a lot of people don't realize about Tyler is he's a very ethical person. So
that's why he's eating at Burger King?
Well, like Carl's Jr.
Well, he doesn't care about the humans.
Yeah.
He likes, it's just the animals.
Oh, I'm sure all the humans involved in making that burger were treated very well.
Yeah, we need like beyond fast food employees. I need like if I'm getting the Beyond Burger, it's funny to be like, I care about animals. Now go get me my burger, bitch, for $13 a second or every 2 hours.
If you don't
or
get
whatever.
my ketchup, I will throw a rock through your fucking window.
Yeah. No tip, by the way.
Yeah.
No tip. Even though you're working the drive-through, sweeping, making the burgers.
Don't all the McDonald's tips just go to the Ronald McDonald House?
They don't have tips, period. But you can. Why not just? If we've already got the Ronald McDonald House, just slide it over and let me tip the guy. I would rather tip the guy at McDonald's than the hot chick who's at Applebee's or whatever.
Right.
It's the only. That's the nicest restaurant that I could think of in the moment.
Nobu?
Nobu. That's right. Yeah. Those are the two places I go the most.
It's either Applebee's or Nobu. I call up who's open. Nobu,
Yeah.
you got anything at 7? No? All right, Applebee's it is.
No, you don't eat fish, Tyler?
No, sometimes I'll eat shrimp because part of me is like, fuck shrimp.
What about a
but I don't know.
scallop? They say scallops are like completely vegan good because they're not sentient. They have no nervous system.
Yeah, I'll eat a scallop. Probably.
You'll eat a scallop?
Do
You
they? I mean, I
fucking
don't think I've
murderer!
ever-
You murderer! I don't
Dude,
even know
I've
what
never had a scallop.
Oh, it's
scallops are
delicious.
scallops are so fucking good.
Do they have like a
Delicious.
scallop soup? That'd be perfect for me.
Why? What are you doing?
I love soup.
Okay, I'm sure they do. You can do whatever you want with a scallop.
Yeah, you sure can.
You can drop it in the soup, drop it in a medium Dr. Pepper, whatever you want to do.
It'll explode like a Mentos.
Scallops are a bit weird in their texture, but they're delicious. Yeah, I love a good
Fry
scallop.
them up with butter. Get out of here.
I don't even know what a scallop looks like. Is it something you scrape it out of a shell? Probably.
I've never had a whole. I don't know what the fuck.
All right. Can you Google a picture of a scallop? Because I do.
Am I gonna keep eating them after this?
Yeah, of course you are. You don't give a fuck. I mean, if you could look a beautiful cow in the face, cows are fucking gorgeous.
They are. They have eyelashes.
I just want to fucking
big-
suck on their little titties whenever I see a cow. It is so
Oh,
pretty.
dude. Okay,
It's
I
so
know.
gorgeous.
I've seen scallops on MasterChef a lot.
Oh yeah. So you crawl 'em out of the shell. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, well,
That's a
It
little.
looks like a tongue.
oh, I
dude.
just want to make
yeah.
out with one of
It
those
looks
things
like
right
a
now.
fucking pussy.
That's about the only animal that
Ew.
exists that doesn't think.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Like that's the only one of all the animals. That's about the only one that doesn't think, and we're like, yeah, let's fucking eat them all.
Never had anxiety.
Never
Never
nothing.
experienced anything.
Just cool
Just
as.
moving with the tide.
Oh, I like this self-help book. Like we call it the Scallop way.
Yeah, yeah. Live like a scallop.
Live like a scallop. Ryan and I are fucking on it today,
Yeah.
dude. We're gonna fucking make money today.
Yeah.
The scallop way and then the crouch pouch.
Crouch pouch and living like a scallop.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Joni. I think I almost stepped on Joni. Sorry about that.
Well, she's laying under your feet.
While while I'm talking about the beauty of like this eating this non-sentient creature, I'm like fucking curb stomping a
Kicking
dog.
a dog.
A very Ramadan appropriate thing to do, by the way, is to kick a dog.
Is that one of the good deeds?
I'm sure if you kick a dog, it's it's good. It's Sunni.
All right, let's go back to. I want you to see what kind of peak performance you're going to get from fasting. By the way, also, we didn't give a trigger warning before all that food talk.
Yeah, sorry guys. If you're fasting right now, because this episode will come out during
Yes.
Ramadan, trigger warning.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
We'll
warning
do
you
that
right
in
now.
post. We'll move it.
We'll do a
We'll
thing in the
put it
beginning.
up front.
In the beginning, there'll be a quiet shot of Bryan and I solo, just being like, "Hey, we just want to step in really quickly and let everybody know this is a pretty serious episode of the show."
Assalamu alaikum. This is Bryan Boki here.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa Rahman Rahim.
Just want to give you a quick trigger warning. We know it's Ramadan for all of you as well.
Yeah, well, Indonesian market is really where we're trying to creep into right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we were trying to Sri Lanka, but the government cut their power. So
it's absurd.
yeah,
These Sri Lankans are still giving us excuses, even with no power. It's like, listen, charge, crank, do whatever you got to do.
did you see they stormed the president's house today?
In Sri Lanka?
Yeah, the president's house. By the way, not that. I'm pretty sure it was like a walk-up apartment.
It's a 2-bedroom.
I swear, there was like an empty fenced-off lot
Yeah.
across the street.
When I was younger,
There's a cell phone store under it.
when I was younger,
Cricket wireless.
he's loves it, yeah.
Cricket.
It's the presidential palace / Western Union.
Yeah.
When I was younger, the Sri Lankan slave that my uncle used to own, she used to love me, man. She used to say that I looked like the Sri Lankan president. She just told my mom that.
You might have been. You have no idea.
Mary, I wonder where she is right now. I mean, probably dead, but
Right.
she's a. Did I, Tyler? You remember that? I told
Yeah,
you
I
about
remember that.
that.
You think we talked about it? Yeah.
I used to for the listeners who don't know, listen to the episode. What was that? Is that episode 4?
Jordanian Safeway.
Yeah, something like that. It's episode 4.
Dude, one of my favorite judges on MasterChef, I found out his mom is a famous cook, and turns out she owned a slave essentially in New York City.
Well, it's called MasterChef.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What race was the slave? Like, was it a racial thing or is
I think she was also Italian, but
Oh.
she worked and they didn't pay her.
okay?
And they told her they were going to pay her, and they never paid her.
Yeah.
And then so she sued them, and she said in her lawsuit that they used to refer to her in Italian as the golden slave in front of her face.
To be fair, that's a pretty beautiful title.
I mean, above that, what is above that? Platinum? Is
You
there
know-
a platinum slave?
I would rather be the golden slave than customer support specialist or whatever horse shit they give you when you work at a tech job or whatever.
100%.
Which MasterChef?
Joe
judge?
Bastianich,
Joe Bastianich.
the best one, dude.
Dude, him and his Joe Bastianich is the guy who's also he's a chef / rock star.
Yeah, he's a singer now.
Oh,
It's-
cool.
it's
cool.
awesome.
Very
You would
cool.
love him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds right up my alley.
Dude,
He sings.
Dude,
Yeah.
he fucking rules. He fucks so much. I guarantee you. I guarantee you guys fucking all day long. He wears a suit and Converse.
How old do you think you'll get before you stop thinking about how much somebody else fucks? You know what I mean? Like, are there 6-year-old dudes who are like, oh, dude, I bet he fucks so much.
Oh yeah, no. I think that stays with you forever. I think it stays with you forever if you don't fuck a lot. Like David Spade doesn't think that about anybody else. Like David Spade doesn't go, oh, I bet that guy fucks because
Yeah,
David
yeah,
Spade
yeah,
is too
yeah.
busy fucking everybody.
Fucking everybody.
Yeah.
But I a brief period of my life worked for that guy. You guys know, but I don't know if the listeners know. That guy is so fucking cool.
He was on.
He's so cool.
I like him a lot. He was on Howard Stern recently with Dana Carvey because I guess they have a pod they were plugging or something.
Oh yeah.
But the pattern of his hair was the exact same as Trump. Like it looked like they were pushing the back forward, and it was like the exact same thing.
I have no comment to say about this particular portion. I'll talk to you about this off air.
It looked like impressive.
I have no comment on this particular notion, but let's just say it's a pretty well kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Dude, one time we were at the Improv and we were talking about, they're called giggle fuckers, right? People that
Chuckle
like
fuckers.
Chuckle
chuckle
fuckers,
fuckers.
yeah.
Okay. We were talking about that, and then I know
Giggle sluts.
These two insanely
Laugh
hot
whores.
girls walk up and they're walking into the Improv, and we're like, "Oh, check that out!" And then David Spade walks out 5 minutes later with both of them.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I almost fucked David Spade. I was like,
Sure.
this guy's got it, dude.
Yeah,
He's got it. All 5'2" of them.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's unfucking believable.
He was out fucking Adam Sandler at SNL. Can you believe that?
He was out fucking Adam Sandler, really? Now that's got to be a choice by Adam Sandler.
100%.
Adam Sandler's kind of quietly a really handsome guy. Like,
Oh, girls went nuts for him back in the day.
in his
Nuts.
youth, you go, this guy's a handsome dude, and he's all silly and fun.
That's why he's worth a bill. And
quietly
Adam's,
a neoconservative. Quietly,
Yeah.
quietly has the politics of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, for real.
but he's like, Google God, no.
Yeah,
We're like, that's so silly. Meanwhile, at home, he's like, nuke the Palestinians immediately.
His mansion has his IDF agent somehow.
He's just nonstop doing fucking fundraisers for the IDF and fucking the Lukid Party of
yeah,
Israel.
I wish we were joking.
No. The man is worth $500 million, donated like 80 mil to fucking Giuliani. Like he's a neocon.
Yeah.
Is that true?
He donated, I don't know, it wasn't 80 million, but he would regularly throw fundraisers for Giuliani. Now in his defense, he was a young Republican in New York during 9/11. So
Yeah.
that there was a little bit of a idolatry.
No, not he was already in LA by then.
Was he? Well, but
He's an early '90s SNL guy.
But I'm saying he's a New Yorker, though, is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is he was even more in his defense. He was in New York before it was like cleaned up.
so he saw him
and
clean
so he
it
saw
up.
Giuliani as the guy who cleaned it up.
He cleaned it up. So
because people fell in love with Giuliani before 9/11 because there are the half of the people said he turned it into Disney World because he did that broken window policing and all that shit.
Yeah.
But then the other half who were like, he fucking cleaned this place up.
By the way, Sandler, super cool dude too. I mean, listen,
Yeah, we're not knocking the guy. He has his politics. Who gives a shit?
I don't give a shit about his politics
I
at
just
all.
watched That's My Boy. It's the greatest film ever made.
It's just, you know what? If anything, it's really a testament to how talented of a man he is. In a town that cannot shut the fuck up about how much they hate conservatives, he's like never been quiet about it.
Yeah,
He's not vocal about it, but if you ask him, he'll fucking tell you.
Sure. Yeah, it's like
He'll do it in a funny voice.
It's like Aaron Rodgers and his medical status, where they were like, "How come you never told us that you didn't get the shot?" And he's like, "You didn't ask." Yeah, you didn't ask. If you had asked, I would have told you.
Listen, if I was a
See how I negotiated that? How I phrased that?
yeah, that's fucking
I learned
brilliant.
today that you can't say the V word.
You can't say the V word. If you say the V word,
It's like algorithm poison.
it's fucking poison. They'll just
didn't
kill
know
your
that.
video immediately.
It was wild.
You can't say the V word unless you're telling people actively to get it or not get it. You have to go one or the other. If you tell people to get it, they'll boost it. If you tell people don't get it, it'll kill you. The algorithm will just naturally work to boost it because people will share it and they'll do whatever.
Yeah.
But if you say it in passing, it's dead.
I made like a vague reference in a clip to just any one of them, like that, not specific to the current pandemic.
If you try to share the clip, it'll just be like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Like, just so you know, there's this clip about how McDonald's kitchens.
Yeah.
We talk about McDonald's kitchens a lot around here.
Yeah, we really do. Well, I mean, is there anything more relevant right now than fast food?
It really isn't. I like to call it a microcosm of what's going on in our economy. That's how I see it. Really, it's why I visit the fast food. I go, what's it like to be just in the lower class?
Yeah, you're like a Jay Leno in that type.
Yeah, I put on some clothes that maybe would fit in with them.
Apparently, Jay Leno like exclusively eats burgers,
what a fucking
like from fast food joints.
what a fucking pig Jay Leno is.
Oh, dude. Jay Leno's so cool, dude.
He is cool, but he's a pig. He's an American pig.
Dude, me and Bruce got hammered one time on hit, and Jay Leno paid for it all.
Really?
Yeah.
He just fucking what did he put the
No, he invited Bruce to bring a friend to his comedy club and watch him do an hour in Hermosa Beach, and then he sat us and then paid for everything.
Whoa, dude, but he doesn't. I guarantee he doesn't drink. Jay Leno's fucking.
No, he
nuts,
doesn't
guys.
seem like a drinker at all.
Anybody who's worth $45 billion never drinks.
Yeah, dude, he's got one car that's worth $25 million.
It is
one car.
It is really funny that when you kind of look at that stuff and you're like, Jesus Christ, everybody who's worth a lot of money seems to not touch this stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting, but they do nothing but sell it.
I know.
Yeah, they all have tequila.
It's okay.
Yeah, they all sell it.
George-
Everybody's got a vodka brand now.
I guarantee you, George Clooney fucking spits as soon as he finishes. As soon as he finishes.
When he does the ad, he does a shot.
He doesn't even like it. It's water, but he's like, I'm spitting it just in case somebody forgot.
yeah.
I don't like the energy of pretending to drink.
None of those guys drink.
I don't think they do.
Except Leo. Leo clearly drinks.
He needs the coolest one of them all.
Yeah. He's definitely the
He's all red-faced and bloated in between movies.
You know, it has something to do with, I think, getting rich when you're like 13 or whatever. Because he's like a child actor. He's one of the few that really continued to work.
Yes.
I mean, it happens so rarely that they
I
just
know.
stay all the way through.
Oh, dude, he's the Tom Brady.
Yeah, what a great life
Dude,
that guy has.
it's so funny when people are like, look at his 24-year-old girlfriend. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's like,
you know,
It's like the hottest chick I've ever seen.
And they're like, oh, whatever, fucking writer for the New York Post. You wouldn't fuck that if you could.
somebody.
Talking about Leo, of course.
Does somebody talk about? I could have sworn I heard a story about that when he fucks, he may. Well, first of all,
Oh, I know you're gonna say.
the-
I've
the-
heard this too.
The NDA thing and the AirPods. Are you familiar with this?
He puts earphones on and listens to MGMT.
While he fucks.
That's what I heard.
Dude, if I was MGMT, what a goddamn what a feather in my cap.
You want to talk about a blurb, you know what I mean? To put on the front of your album.
Yes, yeah.
Leo DiCaprio fucks the hottest women in the world to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
music. So
I'm gonna go home, listen to MGMT, and jerk off later.
Pretend you're Leo.
But then I'm there. I wonder, is it the same song that he fucks to every
Oh,
single
it's
time?
definitely that. What's the newest one from their last album? You listen to MGMT, right?
I do not. I people would think I do. You would think I'm super cool, but
yeah, I'm hanging in the best I can. I don't know anything about them.
you don't know anything about MGMT? I'm sure you've heard some of their. You've probably seen a Target ad or something with their commercial.
I thought I had never heard Daft Punk, but then I found out that One More Time song is them, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have heard Daft Punk. Or is that LCD? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know this shit. I
You're an
don't
old
listen to
fuck.
this shit.
I mean, it is what it is. You're not young guys like Tyler and I.
Yeah, for sure.
We keep you. I like that you're in this podcast to stay young.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, if you want to talk about Chuck Berry, I can talk about Chuck Berry all day long.
You know what?
I remember when he came out.
We've drifted too far from the subject of Ramadan. This is supposed to be the holiest of all months.
I know, I apologize. I really wanted you to see
Yeah,
this.
show me the rest of this video. Let me see the rest of the benefits of fasting. By the way, sex. You got to abstain from sex during Ramadan. But go ahead.
Well, I'm out.
Pretty cool reason to be out.
To revitalize itself.
Look at that
But this
ass.
can only happen if you follow a healthy eating plan and do not overindulge for iftar.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Iftar is breakfast.
I
Try
figured.
your best to avoid processed and fried foods this month.
This is my favorite
Since
sentence.
we only have a few hours available to eat and
Right
drink,
after this.
it's very important that we make the food we eat really count. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water and avoid things that contain caffeine, which will dehydrate your body and
You're
make
screwed.
you feel very thirsty during the fasting hours.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
We know
He's right.
Ramadan is a very busy time, so most of us tend to cut back
Is
on
it
sleeping
a
hours
busy
to
time of
make
the year?
more time
Dude.
for good deeds, which is amazing. But make sure you are getting a minimum of 6 hours of sleep.
Are you
daily.
doing all this?
Yeah, I do. I've been actually sleeping less.
You could become very lazy in Salah and Quran time.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing we want.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Also, please keep in mind that oversleeping will also make you lazy and less productive.
Yeah, mashallah,
Balance is the
alhamdulillah.
key.
Alhamdulillah.
Here's a breakdown of what happens to your body when you fast in each stage of the 30 days of fasting.
Is this a Tim Ferriss
Stage one,
I know, dude.
during the
video
first
or?
couple of days of
What I
fasting,
like about this,
both blood sugar level and blood pressure drop.
it talks about how healthy it is for your body because it's almost like they're trying to sell you Ramadan even if you're not a believer.
You know you're getting interested. You know you're interested in this now.
Yes. When I see all these graphics, like they're showing like
Stage two,
dissections of the human body and the
Yeah.
brain's got electricity going through it because you're fasting. Look at the colon.
That's me after I drink Monster.
Yeah, that is you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're showing a glowing colon right now. You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I know, don't be a fucking loser.
More active.
But
During this stage, the organs start their repair process as
None of this is backed by anything. Like,
It's backed by the science of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
but the idea that if you fast during Ramadan for 30 days, all your damaged cells will be repaired, all your organs will be clean.
Look, this guy's dick is a little bit bigger than when he pre-Ramadan.
Yeah, he does have like a.
He's more muscular for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you,
Is that why most Arabs I see are giant, muscular dudes?
Yeah.
Is it because of Ramadan?
it's all Ramadan, baby.
Yeah, I never see like guts.
Stage 4.
When I go to like the hookah shop, I never see a gut.
That's a lie. You see a lot of guts.
I'm being sarcastic. Yeah. All I see is guts.
It's gut and biceps.
Yeah, that is one of the guttiest religions.
At this stage, the organs are finishing up their healing process, and once all toxins are
See,
removed,
all toxins will be removed from your body.
Pictures of DNA, DNA sequence.
Move it around,
these are just some of the
and it
physical
ends on a
benefits
date
of
shot.
fasting
Dude,
that
nothing
will
better
take
than
place
bait.
within
Bismillah.
the body.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
But
You
the
got to break your fast
spiritual
with a
benefits
date.
last month
Is there like a
are far
prayer for
greater
each of
than
those beads?
anything mentioned.
Like a rosary?
Those are anal beads.
Hey, Tyler, this says this
I can tell you said that so fast. You're like, I got this.
this says
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
this says like, share, and repost or whatever. Would you mind reposting this right now from from your personal account?
Please.
Tyler, come on.
If you show me what to say underneath it, so I have some kind of take.
Yeah.
And put it in,
Yeah.
Arabic.
Yeah. Say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ramadan Mubarak, Inshallah.
left to right.
Left to right.
My
please.
dad
Yeah.
would probably call me freaking out.
Dude, if you
Hey,
came out,
fucker, what's this?
Yeah, dude.
yeah. Hey, bro, you come out a divorced fucking Muslim? What the fuck's going on, bro?
Well, prison does turn people to Muslim very, very frequently.
Brian loved this. My dad called me the other day to tell me on Instagram I look like a douche.
Wait, he just called you to go like, you look like
He's
a
like,
douche.
are you wearing is that a cardigan?
That's what happens when you have a 28-year-old father.
Oh, you know what? He didn't know what a cardigan was. He said it's Mr. Rogers. He's like, you're wearing some Mr. Rogers shit.
It's so funny.
He's Senor Rogers.
Yeah, senor.
What's wrong with Mr. Rogers, dude? He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't think, a punk ass, like he's like a punk dad wants Mr. Rogers for a kid.
People don't give Mr. Rogers. I mean, look, we all love Mr. Rogers, obviously, but I don't know if we really give him enough credit for being famous when he was and not fucking any kids or, I mean, nothing.
Him and Bob Ross, they both
Nothing.
got crystal clean records.
Crystal clean. I mean, and by the way, you would think by looking at them, like, come on, like, there's got to be something going on here, right? He's fucking all the kids.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Bob Ross too. Like I'm like
Yeah.
he's got to have bodies in his basement.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. They're both just good guys.
La ilaha illallah. I can only assume they're Muslim, both of them.
Oh, for sure. That afro, that is an Arab afro if I've ever seen
He
one.
does have the hair of a fucking Levantine
Yeah,
Arab.
dude. I watched a documentary about Bob Ross, and he used to get his hair done like every week.
Did he have, like,
that's not a
straight
real.
hair?
He didn't. He didn't
Yeah.
actually. That's a perm. He would.
Yeah,
get.
he'd get perms.
Because he was down with the cause back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Good for him,
He was a
man.
White
I
Panther.
think that's fucking cool.
I think it's cool too,
You should
man.
get a perm, dude. I bet it would look great on you.
My head would look
Honestly.
so big, dude.
Dude,
My
get
head's
a
already
perm. You would look great.
If we hit, hold on, Tyler, if we hit 100 Patreons in 2 weeks, would you get a perm? just,
I have to go to work and exist like that.
yeah, we'll cut you
Wear a
in on
hat
it.
or whatever.
We'll cut you in on it.
But if
People
I wear a
love it.
hat, it'll be like sticking out the sides.
Yeah, people love
We
it.
will
though.
give you 50% of every Patreon above 95 in that in that scenario.
for sure. I'll sign up.
Cap
for
at 105, of course.
that. Yeah.
I would need a lot of money.
I'll perm the other way around. I'll go Cat Williams for every like just straight silky.
Oh yeah, dude. Get some relaxer. in
I
there.
will throw in a fucking bucket of relaxer right.
You know
into
what's
my
funny?
head.
I didn't know. So back in the day, one of our most popular clips was you talking about how Jada Pinkett Smith has the same exact hair as you. And what I didn't know that was a wig. I didn't know she was bald back then.
I don't know if has she always been bald or was this a new thing? This alopecia is the cause of all of the
I think her alopecia's recent years.
Oh, because I was like, I wonder, like, she went to a wig store
yeah
and
no.
saw your hair.
She's
And was like, let me get that.
Maybe she saw Worst Hour Clip and was like, I love this guy's
I'll
hair.
buy that.
Or she's all Ramsey looking at other wigs.
Could very well be. I'm looking forward. You think she's gonna break her silence on Red Table Talk?
Yeah,
I'm a subscriber.
Oh, yeah.
I watch every week.
You'll be getting that notification any minute now.
I can't wait, dude. I mean, obviously at this point it's old news, but Were you? Did you? By the way, I had no. Do you guys watch the Oscars? Is
No.
that like a
Well,
thing you're into? I know
tell you-
Tyler.
I'll
fucks
tell you a
with the
funny
Oscars.
story about watching the Oscars. So we're in a group chat, and
You and Tyler.
Tyler and several other people. And somebody sends in the slap to the group chat right when it happens. We're all watching it. We're all talking about it. Then Tyler starts making jokes about other shit that's happening at the Oscars. And we're all like, we're not actually watching the Oscars.
No, the way it happened was after I sent a joke, I texted like, "Oh wait, I'm the only one watching this."
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know because I don't.
I thought Chris Rock was the host.
I thought it was. Well, he was the. What do you mean?
He wasn't the host.
No, it was Amy Schumer.
Oh, really?
He wasn't even the host.
He was just doing the monologue.
He
was there
was
to present
presenting an award.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
Yeah, I found out days later too.
I the whole time thought he was the host, and even at night I was cruising through Instagram and I saw the slap picture and I just thought, oh, it's maybe like they were doing a funny sketch or something, just because of the way that it perfectly you got the slap or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I have no interest in watching it, and that was the closest I've ever been to watching it. So that was a fun time.
I probably saw like maybe none of the movies that were awarded this year.
I actually only saw a couple of them too.
Yeah.
Do you guys support what Will Smith did? I did. I thought what he did was awesome.
Yeah, I thought he was the victim of the whole thing, personally.
I really hated that every comic was like, oh, and here we go, folks. Now it's open season on violence on comedians. It's like, it's probably not.
Right. Or like, there's levels to there's like a level you need to be at where you can say that. Like, I understand somebody on Chris Rock's level, maybe a theater or a guy who might also be presenting at the Oscars, a Ricky Gervais type. I could see why they would say that.
Sure,
But some guy who's performing at Johnny's Buttholes in fucking Bakersfield in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You don't get to say that. It's open season you already because you're a nobody.
Yeah, it's open season 2 because you have a warrant for your arrest.
And
there's a bounty hunter looking for you.
Not all comedians' experiences are the fucking same.
Dude, how much do you think it must have hurt to get slapped by Will Smith? He's got all that. He's a Scientologist, right? And quietly gay, I believe.
He's probably got the thetan calluses, whatever, from those bars he's holding on.
He's gotten clear. He's fucking.
yeah.
Fucking wound up. I mean, that must have been a fucking painful fucking moment.
Kept his hands behind his back the whole time.
Yeah,
He laughed right up until the slap.
Yeah.
People remember everybody was questioning whether it was real or not. People still are questioning whether it's real or not. The moment afterwards was so real to me when Chris Rock was kind of confused and you saw him processing what was going on. I knew it was real in that moment because I was like, if Chris Rock was that good of an actor, I would see him in more movies than grown-up sequels.
Right.
I wouldn't just be seeing him in grown-up sequel after grown-up sequel. I'd be seeing this motherfucker in a lot more movies,
I personally think, he's a pretty unbelievable act. Like not unbelievable, but I do not believe him when he's acting.
I like that movie Top 5 he
I did
directed.
not like that movie.
I thought it was good.
I'd rather just watch a Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Was fine, and everything he's
Yeah.
done is fine. I never think he's bad, but he's like Adam Sandler's a guy where you see Adam Sandler and you go, all right, like you'll forget it's Adam Sandler watching him.
Head of State rocks.
Where
Where he becomes a black president.
Is that real?
Yeah, before Obama. Yeah, no, that movie rocks.
I'm sure. Here's the thing. I'm sure it's funny. I'm sure he's good in every role he's in. You just can never forget that it's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Never not know it's Chris Rock.
What's the one where he dies and then he comes back as a fat, rich white guy?
God,
I liked that
Big
one.
Mama's house.
sounds great.
It might be called Down to Earth.
Medea.
Even when he's a cartoon in Osmosis Jones, you're like, this is Chris Rock, right? Like this is Chris Rock. Okay, the whole time it's Chris Rock.
Did you think that when Dave Chappelle did the fat jokes in Nutty Professor that he was trying to make fun of Chris Rock a little bit?
Maybe, yeah.
I always thought that he had a little Chris Rock in him in that
Maybe
one.
like the 80s Chris Rock.
Yeah,
How he
yeah,
looked,
yeah.
That moment but I was
Does that
talking.
make you cry?
Well, I was talking about this on stage the other day because there was nobody.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was.
The Nutty Professor?
Because nobody was sitting in the front row. I was at a show, and no one was sitting in the front row. And I was telling the crowd, I'm like, the Nutty Professor just fucked comedy up for so many people because people to this day, I think, who saw that movie are quietly afraid someone in a top hat is going to come out and make fun of them.
Some fucking Lollapalooza drug dealer looking guy is going to be like, well, you fat ass. Shit. Arteries fucked up like the 5 at rush hour. You're like,
exactly.
what? You stupid fucking fat idiot. Yeah.
It set comedy back 23 years. That scene alone, I guarantee it.
I know, because, yeah, people are like, I don't want to get made fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do kind of want to call people fat sometimes. I'm on stage.
I know.
Yeah.
It would feel good.
It would feel great.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to have to deal with my own body issues.
I actually go to comedy shows as an audience member.
Do you
I don't-
really?
Yeah, I do that, and I'll hear them. The conversation's like, "No, we're not sitting in the front row.
You'll
There's
hear
no
people
way.
be like, "Oh, they're gonna-"
There's no way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. It's not like I can't see the second row.
I know.
I see it better, to be honest.
I know. It's easier.
There's
actually.
nobody in the front row.
Yeah.
No one obstructing view.
Yeah. You're
I see
highlighted.
perfectly.
It's may also be known as the front row.
By the way, if you're in the front row and you're like alone, I'm like, this guy's courageous. I'm not gonna fuck with this guy. This guy's gonna fuck me up.
Going to a comedy show alone's the way to go, though.
You really?
Yeah, you don't want to go with if you have your girlfriend with you, then it gets weird because it's like, so you guys doing anal? You guys, have you ever fisted her in half?
That's
Huh?
basically-
What are you guys doing?
No, they always do that thing though. If you're there alone, they're like, "Oh, that's a brave thing to do," and then they try to hook you up with someone else in the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, see,
That's basically
Oh, that is a
sick.
good thing.
that's super
I
sick.
didn't realize that.
Yeah,
that's literally every single Instagram crowd work clip I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
What was that sound you just made? Like every clip, you're like, leave the person alone. They didn't say anything. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Like, no, I didn't say anything.
Dude,
This fucking guy just says he said something.
I always think that it never happened at all. Like there's a not famous, but there's a documentary on this band Fugazi, great band from the 90s. And there's a scene in the documentary where,
Formerly Rites of Spring.
yes,
Surprised you with that one, didn't I?
Damn, that was sick.
damn, dude, would have never guessed that.
Well, there's some emo roots in there, so
Yeah.
I know a little thing or two.
Yeah,
when
that's
it
the
comes to
first emo record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that album. But there's one point where the singer, because they went through this phase where you couldn't dance anymore by mosh, because they got
Islamic
really
rules?
woke. Yeah, for real.
Basically.
It felt like it. I mean, they didn't drink.
No
they
drinking,
didn't
no
smoke,
fucking, no dancing.
yeah. I mean, yeah, there's literally a line in his old band, Minor Threat: I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, he screams into the crowd, like, stop fucking moshing. He goes, you think you're a tough guy? I saw you eating ice cream, you ice cream eating motherfucker. To this day, I'm convinced there was nobody there. That was just like, that's just like his thing. He probably did it every night of that tour.
I'm positive that's true. I'm positive.
And I feel that way with comedians too.
Yeah, there's a lot of comics do that. I think I saw a documentary where Don Rickles was like, first of all, I gotta be honest with you. Every Don Rickles clip I've ever seen looks horrendous.
Wait, what?
I love him.
Can we?
I was raised by Don Rickles.
Don Rickles never seems funny to me, but comedy ages like bananas, where it's like 3 days later, you're like, that is not at all appealing in any capacity.
He's the best example of just rhythm and timing, where you don't have to. The sentence could make zero sense and it'll get a huge laugh, because he'll be like, Johnny Carson's on his porch in Nebraska going, and everybody laughs. And you're like, what? Wait, what does that mean?
You've symbolized exactly why I want to quit comedy every day, because I watch comedians all the time do that.
Yeah.
And you're going, nothing you said actually makes sense. You just did it in a tenor and
exactly.
And a bunch of stupid people were tricked into laughing.
This guy's over here eating whale chips.
yeah.
Crush. like, thank God there isn't live subtitling, because you would be fucking kicked out.
Live subtitle.
People read what you're saying. It's like, ooh, I like that show idea.
Yeah, dude, where we close caption you.
We close caption
behind you, so people have to see what the fuck you're saying.
It's like the opera.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine doing something like Crystalia?
Oh,
You know what I mean? It would be the most inane shit you've ever seen.
You would think somebody was having a seizure while they were talking.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
Is somebody headbutting a keyboard right now? What is going on?
Good old Chris D'Elia. He had a lot of thoughts on the Oscar. I was a little looking. I follow him on Instagram now that everybody unfollowed him.
Do you know, I saw a funny thing with him. Do you know how when you're clearly in an area that makes you nervous on a podcast, you kind of start, like if I was talking about something that made you nervous, you would start going, yeah, as I'm talking.
Like if you started drawing the Prophet Muhammad.
Right. You'd be like,
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going.
Looks great.
Keep
Looks
going.
great.
It looks awesome.
I saw a clip of a podcast. I don't know who was on it, but D'Elia was on it for sure. And the guy was telling a Me Too era story on the podcast about working for NBC. And he's like, yeah, this is like during the Me Too. And he starts going, yeah. And you could just hear the urgency where he's like, where the fuck you going with this big guy? Where are you going? Can we steer to a different lane?
I love, by the way, I just saw Tyler's hitting that fucking Mexican candy like a vape right now. It's really,
The original vape.
Great idea. Maybe we put nicotine into one of those for our Latino list,
dude.
for the Latino market.
Spicy tamarindo vape, dude. I want that.
Spicy tamarindo nicotine. You just
I don't think you should be allowed to say. You didn't even know the word cousin in Spanish.
It's
so
primo. It's primo. I remembered it 5 seconds
You're
later.
essentially doing an offensive accent when you say these words. It's the same thing as me going tamarindo.
How do you say it?
You know how to say English words in a Mexican accent.
no. I'm the same way, Tyler.
No.
Don't listen
I
to
was
this guy.
raised to do this.
Alhamdulillah. That's why I do.
Speak Arabic. What are you talking about?
Tyler speaks Spanish-ish.
I used to speak Spanish-ish. Yeah, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn again.
Tyler's like, oh man, I don't fucking remember Mexican anymore, dude.
Let's pitch. We should pitch Spanish-ish to ABC.
Yeah.
Wait, pretty good about Tyler.
Latinx-ish? Latinx-ish?
I love Latinx-ish.
That's the perfect show. 'Cause it's hard to say. It's confusing.
I love it.
Latinx-ish.
It really sounds like you're having a stroke while you're talking. Latinx-ish.
It's like Roger from 30 Rock.
Let's wrap the show up because it's getting hot. I got to go get my brain buzzed.
Oh yeah.
But
you got to go to a doctor's appointment to get the magnet on your brain?
yeah, that's in about.
Are you allowed to get the magnet during Ramadan, or do you have to wait till sundown for that?
I'll do it during sundown. Yeah, that's a good point because you don't want to
yeah.
interfere with the fasting. Possibly.
Can you fuck during sundown?
If it's your wife, sure. I mean, or
Well, you can't fuck. You have to be married to fuck anyway, right?
yeah. You're right. So masturbation and all that stuff, though, you can't masturbate. You can't even lie if you lie while you're fasting, it breaks your fast. Joni started crying with you.
Yeah.
She's like, how am I going to get through the day? How am I going to get through the week?
She's whining because she wants to break her fast right now. She's like, the sun's down. I'm making her fast for Ramadan.
That totally makes sense.
I want her to go to heaven.
That might actually get us canceled if you're making a dog fast. People would show up. It would be like we were Marilyn Manson in fucking the mid 2000s.
They show up, the reporters, and the dog's in a burqa. Yeah, like a dog burqa.
It's
her leash. Which also the burqa is kind of like a leash. Ooh.
You can say that. I can't.
Ooh, profound. Ooh, edgy. But I mean, you know what though? But can I say this? Sometimes it's good to be on a leash. I wish I was on a leash.
Freak on a Leash was a great song.
Yeah, I was going.
You're doing the yeah version. You're doing the
Yeah, let's move on.
Move on. I'm okay.
Freak on a Leash, corn, anybody? Corn on the cob? You love that shit.
Corn on the cob is delicious.
Yeah.
I would
Guy
just say
eats it on a
first.
stick.
Oh yeah, dude. It's called elote.
Elote? Yeah, dude,
Again, just say elote.
I call it.
I can't do that. I can't.
It's racist.
You know what I love that you guys do? The exclusively Mexican. I like what do you call the stuff? There's like I don't even know what you would call it. It's like a genre of like Mexican kind of street food, but kind of American. You ever see the thing where they turn
Tex-Mex?
where they turn like hot Cheetos into like a nacho?
Yeah, they used to serve that at my high school, and so they'd give you the hot Cheetos and then pour in like nacho cheese and some other.
And there's a bunch of other shit like they'll like cut the top off with scissors.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in there.
That's Tex-Mex. Frito pie is like that.
Yeah, but it's not Tex-Mex. I think though the hot Cheetos thing feels California to me.
With,
But
like,
maybe I'm wrong.
Takis?
Takis.
Yeah.
Takis feels like it was post my time. We didn't have Takis growing up. Did you guys have Takis growing up?
No, but that's also a West Coast thing. You wouldn't find Takis on the East Coast.
Did you have Takis growing up, Tyler? You're about my age.
Yeah. But I lived on the border, so maybe it was still transitioning.
Was Takis originally from Mexico?
Yeah, I think they have lead in them. I think I think it's technically illegal.
That's how you
to
get the
sell
spice.
them here.
That is actually pretty spicy.
Yeah, but I think they're like old like carburetors or something.
You're actually not tasting spice. You're actually your brain is having a reaction.
Chemical
to
reaction,
lead.
yeah.
It feels. I believe you. It feels like spicy, but that's tingling
right.
because
But yeah. It's actually destroying your brain cells.
your cerebellum right now is actually shutting down. I really want to watch. So we talked
We had
about
a lot that we didn't get to.
We talked about this last week, the North Korean missile launch. However, I didn't know that Kim Jong-un put out a sizzle reel for this, where he was the star of it.
Yeah.
And this video, I know you watched it, Bryan, but Tyler has not seen it yet. And it is, as soon as I saw it, I was like, Tyler is gonna absolutely fucking love this video.
Yes, this is former guest of the show, Campy Jackie Jackson Banks, makes a lot of short films that are pretty similar to this.
Yeah, this is this was aired originally on KCTV, which is Korean Central Television. Which, by the way, how much do I got paid DirecTV to get that one in the package?
I know, for real. Is that in Disney Plus yet? It should be.
I'm not kidding. I would subscribe. If they would do like a KCTV, let me subscribe to it on a monthly basis.
Yeah, they should. What they should do is like a bad boy channel package where you get like Iranian state TV, Russian TV,
The access to
North
people.
Korean TV,
Yeah. Maz Jobrani has a comedy special on the network too.
Axis of Evil TV.
Yeah, you get ISIS stuff too because they do a lot. Of
Sure.
stuff. I guarantee you, the guy who cut the ISIS videos probably works here too. He probably does that as well.
He might be out of their price range.
You think
He's probably in Hollywood now. He was talented.
he was really good? Wow, you act like they got one guy. They got dozens of young, healthy, good with Adobe Premiere Islamists.
Yeah, this feels a little bit more like Blair Witch Project kind of
DIY.
like accident, not accidentally, but like they made a product so much better than their budget.
If
that makes sense.
No, you're totally right. The broadcaster, because it's a great product. I love how the broadcaster in North Korea, they deliver news in a way that it's like if only American news could be so positive and upbeat.
I also wish that we could dress like them.
Oh yeah,
It looks so comfy.
dude.
Like the fact that this news anchor is wearing, what would you call that?
It's kind of like a kimono / scrub.
Yeah, it looks so comfortable.
She's hot.
And also,
I would hit
the
it,
way it wraps around the belly, like, do you think you would see my gut? No way.
No,
That's a gut hider right there.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why she looks like Kim Jong-un?
Dude, it looks like a mortician did her makeup.
She does look
I
a
don't
little
think
rough.
are we on the main feed?
Yeah, we're on the.
Well, then I can't say the reason why she looks like Kim Jong-un.
She does. She's portly. I'll leave it at that.
She looks like she's about to give me a big kiss.
Yeah,
In this freeze frame, she's puckered.
I guess what I'm trying to get at, and I don't want to even necessarily criticize the way this. I was gonna say young lady, but I'm not gonna. It's just not right to say that. She's an older woman. It's interesting to me that North Korea's like, look, we're going reverse Fox News on what our news like. Fox News is like, we're getting the hottest chick possible. North Korea is like, we're getting everyone's grandmother to deliver the news.
Which feels nicer.
The positivity with which she's delivering this story with deadly consequences is to me fucking
When
inspiring.
she speaks, I taste fresh baked cookies.
Yeah.
You know?
I was gonna say they probably have cookies there. Yeah, some kind of a thing.
South
like
Korea.
South Korea's got tons of
certainly
cookies.
does.
Yeah.
North Korea, I don't.
Yeah, they got something. All right, hit play on this video because I want you to watch it, Tyler. You'll love it.
조선민주주의인민공화국 무력 최고 사령관이신
Sounds like a bedtime story.
Gravitas,
Yeah.
you know?
Sounds like she's going, and I huffed, and I puffed.
시험 발사를 단행할 때 대한
Okay.
명령하달.
She's stoked. Whoa!
All right, so here's the video. The video starts with Kim Jong-un and two generals.
Generals, I guess. The way that they were so stoked on that bay door opening, they had to do it twice in a row.
That was sick.
Yeah.
It's so funny that Kim Jong-un just has to. Everything he wears makes him look haunchy.
I know, dude. Also, he's got the best fat guy walk ever, where he has to waddle his hips left to right, and then he has to kick his shins out.
We're cutting to a clip of two generals and Kim Jong-un, each looking at their watches as
Dude,
they.
I love that he doesn't fuck with military clothes.
He doesn't.
He's in a leather jacket.
Kim Jong-un takes off his shades and he gives the missile the okay.
All right, let's go ahead and bring this out.
Thumb up and point.
His hands look like yours, Tyler. He had little hands.
Here comes
Wait, they were waiting to tell it to come out of the garage?
Yes.
They weren't waiting for it to launch?
They're gonna launch it. They're gonna give you another one of those in a minute. Now here comes the launch.
Yeah, the tension was for the drive out,
Yeah,
not for
that
the
was-
launch of
that
the
was so
missile.
funny.
This missile apparently can travel 12,000 kilometers, which I guess
Is that far?
it is. I didn't know. I
okay.
guess that's far enough to hit DC. I was like, 12.
No way.
That's what the CNN anchors. I watched this video and the
Do
CNN.
they mean Congo, or do they mean RDC?
No, they mean RDC.
Oh.
When I first heard 12,000 kilometers, I was like, what is that, like Japan? You're going to hit Japan from there?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's DC.
Another city in North Korea?
Is that, you just going to hit South Korea?
Yeah, what are you doing?
All right, here we go. It shoots up. All right, now he's stopped. Dude, look how sick he looks walking
Dude,
away
he
from that
looks
missile.
awesome.
He's literally walking away from the missile as it's about to blow.
Dude, he's been dressing like that so long, his pants are back in style.
Yeah.
His pants are totally in style again.
All right, here
He's
we go.
dressed like Tony Soprano when he's at the Bada Bing.
The Batmobile alarm is going off. Check out this
Wait, listen to
countdown.
this. The heartbeat.
You can guess that these are numbers. Fire is what he just yelled.
Everyone
They're
has
all
to yell
yelling
it.
fire.
Do you know how much funnier Team America would have been if North Korea had handled
I just did it.
They just made it themselves.
They all did fire like it was the What's Up commercial,
Yeah.
the Bud Light
Because it
commercial.
sounded like they were saying bonsai, but that's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
They
just-
did do the what's up. They really did.
It was like, what's up? What's up?
Oh my god. Dude, could you imagine if you could show North Koreans in sandwiches how much that costs?
Wait,
You know what I mean?
how did they film that?
Oh, because they had a shot.
Bird's eye view. How did they film that?
I'm sure they have a
Satellite?
drone or something,
Yeah,
or
probably
satellite.
airplane.
Super high drone,
Probably an airplane.
but it was steady.
Maybe a Ring doorbell camera or something.
Well, there's a good stabilizer effect on Premiere.
Is that true?
I mean, they are
Yeah.
using Premiere effects that I recognize.
Yeah. Oh, me too. All these transitions are like
Some of
default
these
transitions.
Yeah, some of these seem like they might be Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
like
Or like iMovie.
iMovie. There we go. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
was looking
That's
for.
like a Christopher Nolan shot.
Yeah.
That's from the rocket itself.
Yeah.
Now, does that rocket land anywhere and explode?
It lands in the sea.
Oh, okay.
They show it?
I think they show it. Let's see. Does it show right here? Because I think I've thought about this before. Because I'm going, what are they just launching them into? I think what happens is they launch them up. Here it is. The missile flew 1,100 kilometers. I'm rounding up, and then before falling into the East Sea. I'm guessing what happens is once it hits the water, it can hit the water and safely be recovered. That's what I think is the purpose of that.
Right. Or
It's
is
a
it just
whale.
not filled with explosives and it's just the
Yeah.
engine basically?
And so it's like
The
flying to it's like launching a submarine upward and landing it in the water. I'm guessing.
very happy for North Korea. They seem to be thrilled.
I mean, honestly, this was awesome. Look, this was a great ending.
It looks like they're in a tiny home.
Did Kim Jong get some Botox?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know he's a smoker, so he should have a little
It's the end of Top Gun.
Yeah, it really is.
They're all holding him and like cheering him on, but he did nothing in this process other than show up for the film.
And redirect every cent in that country to fund it.
Yeah. Dude, he's the only one not in
Look at
in
the
military.
blur, the Gaussian blur on the bottom there on their legs.
Yeah,
We should edit this to show the rocket just doing a 180, falling back on top of them.
Or we should edit this to them like turning on our podcast
Ooh, yeah.
where they do the countdown and then they turn it on and you go to a TV thing and it's us.
It's us.
Yeah.
Clapping.
Yeah, they're all clapping.
Bro, that was awesome, right?
It felt
that
good.
was
I mean,
so
I know it was about a missile that, particularly like is, it's built to kill people.
And to possibly hit the United States. I mean, it's not going to, but
In theory it could, but despite that, it felt very upbeat, very uplifting.
yeah, that's what I kind of like about that. Is I felt positive ultimately.
American propaganda never hits me like that.
No, American propaganda is done too secretly, so you don't know whether to get fired up or not. Like, it's
you
meant
don't
to
know if
confuse
you're you don't know if you're rooting for Coca-Cola or the U.S.
I got in an argument with a buddy of ours recently. Not an argument, but a discussion more so. A friend of ours was telling me that he thinks that the Uyghur slave camps is American propaganda. Do you know that that's a thing? That's a thing people say. But I looked it up afterwards just to be like, is this thing people say? But people say that. That's
know.
propaganda.
I know. The Vice journalist who went out there and like snuck a bunch of footage of it, she always is posting her DMs of people being like, you're a tool of the Chinese state. This is propaganda.
Yeah, you're trying to get them
Yeah.
but it's like there's too much. I've seen too many TikTok videos of like a kid chained to a bed.
I don't know if you know this, but nothing has ever happened.
I know.
Nobody's ever died.
Yeah.
No wars ever happened.
Nope.
No attack ever happened. Nothing has ever happened.
Except for the Prophet Muhammad and all the stuff that he did. After that, it's all been a
Sure,
propaganda
sure.
to try to get us away from Islam.
But other than that, JFK's alive with Elvis and Tupac. Nothing's ever happened.
That's what I guess the reason why I brought that up is that's if American propaganda exists, it's supposed to be that. So it's just kind of confusing and kind of sad.
Yeah. I don't see anything. The only thing that comes close to feeling like that missile is when I went to NASCAR. And I saw those cars driving around.
Yeah.
And all the American flag merch.
And people doing the stomp when they yelled, "I'm proud to be American."
Yeah. It just felt like I was like, you know what? I'm pretty proud to be from this country. And then a fight broke out. And you're like, never mind.
Bro, you could be a fucking feminist rights professor at Berkeley, but as soon as they do that, "I'm proud to be American" stomp, you're in. And I'm proud to be American.
Where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Kim Jong-un, their propaganda is like 1980s American propaganda.
Yeah, it really is. But I like that.
At least you kind of know where you're at. You know what's being sold to you, which is nice. Yeah,
Right.
that's fine.
Also, who's seeing it? Is it required viewing? Like, do they manually turn on your TV
So
and blast that when you're?
I did find a feed on YouTube. I'll throw it in the show links. I'll send you the link for it or whatever. They do have like a perpetual stream of KCTV, and it is just nonstop, like great things that Kim Jong-un has done today.
Right, yeah. Because there used to be a great website back in the day when Kim Jong-il was alive.
Rest his soul.
And, yeah.
Alejamo.
The Kim Jong-il pointing at things?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he would like go to a grocery store to prove that there were grocery stores that had food in them, and he'd point at the food.
We got our fair share of it. There's a YouTube channel called VOA. It's a Voice of America. Have you ever watched it? It's an American propaganda channel. That's our Al Jazeera.
Is it what? But what is it?
I mean, it's news that's like news about. Look, I'm not saying that the vaccine is good. God damn it, I said the word. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Believe it.
I'm not saying that it's good or bad. It'll be like, here's news about how good the vaccine is. God damn it, we're gonna have to bleep it. I'm sorry.
Right. Or we could come up with any other kind of medicine.
Yeah, but I hear you what you're saying, but
Yeah.
Or it'll be like President Joe Biden today, like signed a thing to draw down the oil reserves to bring down gas prices.
1 million barrels of oil a day.
Yeah.
For 168 days or something.
It's basically like, imagine if you were watching like reverse Fox News. It's basically that.
Yeah. It's just man, I found an Instagram account that was like Democrats. That's what it's called. And it's just all these posts of Joe Biden in sunglasses, like looking cool, and it has like 3 million followers.
They're all bought. They're all
Who are these?
They're
people?
not real. They're not real. I'm telling you, my old boss used to do this kind of horse shit. He was like 43. You just fucking fake all of it. Nobody. Although there are some crazy, some crazy broads in the Midwest who are. I don't know any dudes who are really into Joe Biden, but you'll get an occasional broad who like.
There's a decent amount of Santa Cruz dads. Who just like Democrats.
One of my film school instructors was talking about Roosevelt and all the changes he did, and he's like, much like Joe Biden is doing today. In one of our classes, I was like, what?
Yeah. They're fucking dorks. I got to get out of here. So let's wrap this bad boy up. Thanks for everything. Be sure to follow the show on all platforms. All the links in the profile or in the show notes. You got anything to plug here?
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. If you're listening to this and you're in San Diego, come to the American Comedy Company this weekend, April 8th and 9th. I'm going to be there. It's one of the only venues I really genuinely enjoy performing at. So that'll be a ton of fun. Tyler, do you have anything to plug these people?
Nope.
Popcorn Perverts.
We're working on it.
All right.
Ramadan Mubarak Obama.
That's what we're going to be plugging this.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable plugging during Ramadan. It just feels self-indulgent.
Of course.
It feels a little
promoting idolatry.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from what we're supposed to be doing this month.
Be sure to fast.
Send us pictures of empty plates with the sun out.
Thank you. That would be really great. If you can, tweet us pictures of yourself fasting.
Yeah, we would love that. Maybe take a before and after picture of your stomach.
Ooh, that would be
for all our listeners.
If you're a chick.
Yeah.
Only if you're a chick. Before and after pictures of your stomach. And DM them to me.
All right.
You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. On behalf of everybody here at The Nation, peace be unto the prophet.
Long live Kim Jong-un.